This is, let's have a look here. I'm sitting in a park of all forlorn places. If there's anything I don't like, it's parks. Big publicly funded grass fields where nothing much is ever really going on. To me, a park is a bit like a library, another despiteful institution that I would never visit again, because I'm interested in the private sector, not the public sector. I wish all parks were private. I'm certain that if this particular park were private, it would be a much lusher place with happy people sitting on the grass everywhere. But alas, no. The public sector, man. Oh, don't get me started on that. I think it's, yeah, I'm not gonna get started on that. I'm gonna try to say something cheerful. The weather is a bit cold today. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit negative. Anyways, I just bought a ticket to Thailand like a couple of days ago, and today I sent my visa application. I hope that I will get my visa in time. I have 2 weeks, so I'm gonna hope for the best. Yeah, I've been in Europe for most of my life, almost constantly. I went to Japan once, and that was a nice trip. So I'm thinking, alright, Thailand, it's closer to Japan, and it has summer 12 months a year. Sounds good to me. I like when it's warm. I just hope it isn't too warm. And how do you work in a place like that? I mean, alright, if you got air conditioning, I suppose it's alright. I hope I don't wind up in a cheapo hostel with bad AC and bad Wi-Fi. The advantage of doing YouTube videos is that they are so mobile. I mean, I can record these. I don't even have Wi-Fi on this cell phone. So I've been walking around now for half an hour trying to scout for a location. It was surprisingly difficult to find a good location. It's always a security concern. It has to be somewhere with a safe feeling to it, somewhere you feel that you can sit and babble off for 10 or 15 minutes without getting harassed by coppers or other criminals. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, normally I talk about technology in these YouTube videos. I try to focus on technology. I know there are a lot of YouTube channels where people do all sorts of entertaining stuff, but I'm thinking technology is focusable. You can focus on technology. I mean, if you try focusing on something entertaining, it's so perishable. It's so it vanishes into thin air, so to speak. Technology is all about the things we know and applying those skills and knowledges, whereas entertainment is more like about things that we don't know and things that we don't understand necessarily, and outrageous matters. Now look at me, I'm becoming philosophical. That's the last thing I would have expected of myself. No way, Jose, no way. So let's focus on technology, shall we? I haven't been reading a lot of RSSs lately for some reason or another. I've been busy while Thai date sort of broke up with me, so I've been busy being sad about that. But also I'm thinking it's way overdue, and I've been trying for many years to detach myself from the computer. So this making these YouTube videos is is a part of that attempt to break loose from computers and in particular having to sit in front of monitors for more than a few hours a day drives me nuts. I hate it. I spent all my life in front of computers. 3 hours a day maximum. That's what I'm saying. I wish I could make a living for myself only using computers for 3 hours a day. I've been wasting so much time, man. So infinitely much time. Anyways, I haven't been reading many RSS feeds lately, and but I have been making more YouTube videos lately. I have to say that I've been recording. Look at that, the kid is looking at me. Oh no, I hope I don't know that kid. That would be embarrassing. No, it's someone else. Well, you can't see him, but there's a kid looking at me with a funny look, and rightfully so. I'm after all sitting in the middle of the park, mumbling to myself, seemingly. So yeah, I haven't been reading so many RSS feeds lately, but on the other hand side, I probably read 500,000 feeds or so last year, I think. Oh man, I was crazy about them RSS's, no self-control. So by reading all those 500,000 or 1 million RSS feeds, I managed to get a sort of an overview of the web and IT industry, like lots of business news about Apple doing this, Microsoft doing that, and but I mean smaller names too, of course. I think I'm following like 300 RSS feeds or something, and this YouTube channel is like output for all that input. I mean, so I'm going through the trouble of reading all those freaking RSSs just in order to have something relevant to tell you, so that you can relax in front of a smooth YouTube video rather than having to gaze rather than having to read all those RSSs yourself. I lost my train of thought. I hope I find it again, because otherwise I have to take a flight of thoughts. No, just kidding. Silly joke. Alright, so my flight to Thailand departs in 2 weeks. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much about myself. It's just quite fun to do this YouTube videos in a sense. Once I get going, I feel like, alright, then I can't decide if I'm gonna make more YouTube videos or not. Maybe these are just the first ones out of a series of 1,000 YouTube videos, or maybe it's one of the last ones in another failed attempt of doing something meaningful. Sorry if I'm sounding a bit cynical. I try to be optimistic. I really try. Or at least realistic. Anyways, technology. Yeah, I guess technology matters. We all spend a lot of time in front of computers these days, for good and for worse. I guess it's okay as long as you don't overdo it. But for us professionals, we work with computers and develop tools and services. It gets crazy, man. I know developers who work, 8 or 10 hours a day just programming. I mean, imagine what that does to the brain. Poor guys. And some of these guys are great. I've made friends with quite a few IT developers and technicians the past years. And some of these guys are great. Sort of sensitive guys. Not the boxer type exactly, necessarily. Anyways, as I was saying, technology, I suppose it really matters. I'm trying to focus on it. Doing these YouTube videos is, it's a YouTube video for frick's sake. Sorry about profanity. I said freaks. That's what I said. But still, I mean, it has a bad ring to it, doesn't it? Yeah, making these YouTube videos, I mean, these are YouTube videos, come on. You don't expect me to talk solely about technology for 10 minutes in a row. You would get nuts. You want something more entertaining, right? A little bit more entertaining. It's something a little bit personal and funny. I mean, I'm trying to talk about computers, and I'm sure that if I make a lot of YouTube videos, I will get back to technology-related matters over and over. But right now, it's just too much fun making these videos. I find myself talking almost, well, you know, letting the thoughts wander as they may. It's a good feeling having 15 minutes to oneself and being able to express oneself fully without having to compromise like you sort of always have in a conversation, to get, you know, my 15 minutes of freedom to say whatever I want, and as long as I can come up with something interesting to say. I'm trying. Anyways, I wonder, yeah, maybe I can... anyways, I think I've been talking too much already. I'm sorry if I was a bit unfocused today. I will try to be more focused the next time I make a new video. See you later. And contact me, for God's sake. Sorry. I mean, contact me. Come on. You can. Send me an email. Don't worry.